Hey there! So, here's a wild tale from Columbus, Ohio. Picture this. A guy from New Jersey gets sentenced to 18 months in prison for his part in a nationwide tire sale fraud scheme. Yep, you heard that right. Tires. This scheme caused tens of millions of dollars in losses. Meet Ahmet Neidik from Fort Lee, New Jersey. He pleaded guilty in January 2024 to conspiring to commit wire fraud. But before admitting his guilt, he decided to take a little vacation to Turkey and then came back to the U.S. Guess he couldn't resist the lure of American hot dogs and apple pie. Neidik co-owned and ran daily operations for some transportation, logistics, and importing-exporting businesses. Some of the money from the scheme went to businesses he controlled. He would then wire money to his co-conspirators' bank accounts. It's like a game of hot potato, but with cash. One of the leaders of this multi-state conspiracy was John K. Eckerd Jr. from Dallas. He pleaded guilty in December 2024 to conspiring to commit wire fraud and tax crimes. He admitted responsibility for at least $14 million involved in the scheme. Based on his plea agreement, Eckerd will be sentenced to 36 to 109 months in prison. That's a lot of time to think about his life choices. Eckerd, along with previously convicted and sentenced Jason E. Adkins from Jackson, Ohio, orchestrated a $50 million Ponzi scheme that defrauded more than 50 investors. From 2012 until late 2018, Eckerd presented himself as an entrepreneur and businessman with expertise in the market for off-the-road tires. These are oversized tires used on earth-moving and mining equipment. He had control of or access to many corporations allegedly used as part of the scheme. Talk about having a big wheel in the game. The co-conspirators solicited millions of dollars from investor victims under false pretenses. Investors were told their money would be used to buy off-the-road tires at a steep discount and then resell them at a much higher rate. They were promised a high return on investment, usually within 180 days. Sounds like a tire-ific deal, right? But here's the kicker. The defendants rarely bought or sold tires. When they did, they used the same tires for multiple deals, promising multiple investors that they each owned the same tires. They corresponded with potential investors face-to-face, through phone calls, text messages, and sometimes emails. They even used private planes to showcase their inventory and appear wealthy and successful. The defendants provided investors with elaborate, fraudulent paperwork regarding the purported deals and requested large investments and loans, mostly funded through wire transfers. It's like a bad episode of Pimp My Ride, but with tires. To give potential investors confidence in the tire deals, Eckerd and Adkins offered the services of a supposedly neutral third party to arrange shipment of the tires or hold investment funds in escrow until certain conditions were met. Neidik allowed them to represent him as the neutral third party and, on some occasions, entered into escrow agreements with the investors. Talk about being the middleman in a tiresome scheme. As part of his sentence, Neidik will pay $370,000 in restitution for his part in the scheme. He was also fined $250,000. That's a lot of hot dogs and apple pie he won't be buying anytime soon.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.